Discord is one of the latest companies that is adjusting, let's say that, some of its policy that are going to go into effect on March 28th, I believe it is. So a month from when this segment was shot. Some people have already been talking about it. They put it out 3 days ago from when this segment was shot. And some of the policy stuff is about what you would expect, and considering the direction that a lot of these companies are going. Now, I've said this plenty of times, that really what's happened is that things that have been, because really what Discord and what got it off the ground is, of course, gaming and streaming and all of that. That was the whole point. And these communities kind of, yes, have other people that are not attached to that use the company for their own little community shit. Yeah, of course. But that's really what got it off the ground. And because that industry is fucked, it's not surprising that Discord is going in the same direction, where, again, there is an allowable position to have. And I'm not talking about something that the opposite is egregious. No, it's more of the authoritarian left has made it abundantly clear that it's them, their way or no way. And they are the position that you can take. Whatever position the authoritarian mainstream left has, you can take their position, but you can't take any other fucking position, because that is seen as a threat to them. And they will label it as whatever they want to label it as, deem you as the enemy. You can have their positions publicly, but you cannot have positions that are antithetical to what it is that they believe in. So before we get to talking about what's going to come of this, let's go about, I'm looking at this directly from Discord and their important policy updates blog. And this is what it says. Our community guidelines define what isn't allowed on Discord and help ensure that everyone has a positive experience here. We want everyone to find belonging on Discord, but never at the expense of others. Below, you'll find a summary of the key updates, but please do read the guidelines as they actually govern your use of Discord. And the changes go into effect March 28th. So I want to highlight, I'm not going to go through everything, but I do want to highlight the ones that are the big ones to focus on, that in terms of Discord and what their changes are going to be. Our communities have evolved so much in the last year and a half. As the internet and societies face new problems, so does Discord. We're adding 3 new guidelines to cover evolving platform issues. Here is the first one: misinformation. The term that almost nobody ever used, and then all of a sudden, out of the last 2 years, everybody uses it. It's their favorite word. Content that is false or misleading and may lead to significant risk of physical or societal harm. What the hell does that even mean? May not be shared on Discord. Examples of harm that we consider include damaging physical infrastructure, injury to others, preventing participation in civic processes, and endangering public health. So this all goes back to the fucking jab, is what this more so refers to. There's a one position that you can have, and if you suggest in any way, shape, or form that the jab isn't as effective as what the people, that the talking heads that are paid to say the shit say. Here is the other ones that are especially fucking stupid. We've also updated some of our existing guidelines to better support communities. Hate speech. Okay, we're adding caste, gender, identity, age, and serious illness as protected attributes in our hate speech policy. And this is the other one right here. We will now consider relevant off-platform behaviors when making policy and enforcement assessments. This includes membership or association with a hate group, illegal activities, and hateful, violent, sexual, or other types of violent acts. Now, some of those aren't like the previous. Like, violent, sexual, and violent acts is one thing, but includes membership or association with a hate group. It's just a fucking fluffy way to say, if you associate with the people that we don't like, we're going to do something about it, is essentially what it says. Now, the thing that makes this different and why this is especially insane is that it's not talking about what you do on their platform. It's not talking about what you do on their platform. They're specifically saying that they will go to other platforms, and they will utilize that to decide if you should be on their shit. So really what this amounts to and what it lines up to, and you've heard about some people's Discords, more spicier content in their Discord getting shut the fuck down. What this basically means is that when the media goes on its usual, okay, we are going to set out that this person or groups of people are the enemies now, okay? What it basically says is that Discord will then join in if they all coordinate, like they did Alex Jones. If they all coordinate and say, we want this guy off the platform, then Discord's going to throw themselves in and say, okay, you're going to get off the platform. That's it. Gothix also had a clip of some of the policy changes right here, for example. Since we do not allow individuals on Discord to post, or not policy changes, or let's say policy update over the last couple of years, this is one of them, to post, promote, or organize communities around false or misleading health information that is likely to result in harm. This includes anti-vaccination content. Remember, that just simply means, anti-vaccination content simply means stuff that doesn't co-sign the only solution here is getting the jab. That's it. Medically unsupported and dangerous cures for the disease. Content that distorts information about a disease, and any content that could hinder the resolution of a public health emergency. We consider health information false or misleading if it directly and unequivocally contradicts the most recent consensus. That's a fluffy term. It just means whatever the handler said was the correct position, despite them being wrong on so much that has happened over the last 2 years. The most recent consensuses reached by the medical community. That's the state. That's just the state. Just go ahead and say it. Our standard for actioning requires that the content be likely to cause some form of harm. A non-exhaustive list of potential harms includes heightening risk of exposure to a transmissible disease, causing undue strain on public health systems, and inciting panic or social unrest with conspiratorial health claims. All right. This is where I'm at. I'm going to look into some alternatives just because I'm on Discord. We have a really big, thriving community on Discord. I know there's this company called Gilded or something. I talked about it a little bit prior to the segment. Seen people like the Quartering talk about it. I need to talk to him to get some more information about where they're at, because yeah, we want some similar functionalities to what Discord has, but in the same respects, what we don't want is to end up in the same situation where that ends up growing and then it does the same fucking dumb shit where it's getting people off there for having, I don't know, meme discourse that talk about vaccinations. You know what I mean? Like, that's so stupid. But that's where the company is. It is what it is. Let them do what it is they're gonna do. That's their company. That's their quote unquote right, as long as it doesn't violate some contractual agreement. But with that being said, I am officially looking for an alternative to Discord. Now, we of course have our own membership site, but that's something more so that replaced Patreon. The thing about Discord was it was a quote unquote free kind of deal for people to kind of join in, as opposed to, reaching in their own pockets, which is basically what the online membership does, but also with the voice channels and all the cool stuff that you're able to do. I'll be looking into some alternatives. I'll be talking to people about some Gilded information and all that, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I already see Discord's already been kind of flimsy, and I already see the direction that they're going in. So yeah, not interested. Not fucking interested at all.
You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.